Hi all, I'm happy to announce the next one speaker of our fantastic conference, Batuhan Arslan, CEO at Spike Game, with a topic, what is a blockchain and what can you do with it? Please go ahead.
Hi all.
Actually, yeah.
I'm Batuhan. I'm co-founder and software development lead at Spike Games and Alvox Games. Today I'm going to talk about what is blockchain and what you can do with it. First of all, our first topic needs to be decentralization. What is decentralization? Decentralization is there will be no authority in anything in decentralization. Uh, and everything will be done by the people to the people. There's a peer-to-peer tech in blockchain. What does that mean? Everybody come together and make a big computer. You can think Google Compute Engine for an example. For example, 20 people come together and make a big computer. They will calculate something and they will deliver some numbers to people. And blockchain, as I said, blockchain is a peer-to-peer using peer-to-peer protocol. There's blocks and there's a chain. What is block? Blocks hold some data in blockchain. For example, transaction who has what, and there's a chain. What's chain? Chain is you can see here. For example, this block has a some number. This is this block's name. And the next block holds the previous block's name. And this makes a chain. And there's a miners. Miners are part of the peer-to-peer protocol. When you do something in blockchain, they need to write this to blockchain, a big database maybe. These miners calculate something with their computers to deliver that to the blockchain. What they calculate, you can ask. And this is SHA 256, a very complex protocol to encrypt your transactions on blockchain. And if you write something to blockchain, it will stay there forever. No one can change it. No one can take it from here. No one can delete it. And there is a Etherhash. This is a protocol that Ethereum blockchain used. Ethereum came with a few things. For example, smart contracts. You can do so many things, and you can't do so many things with smart contracts. If we compare Ethereum to Bitcoin, we need to talk about Turing complete and what's Turing incomplete. There's a typo here. Turing complete means you can calculate something in Turing complete place. For example, you can calculate gravity, you can calculate complex graphics, you can compute math things. And there's a Turing incomplete thing. What that mean? In Bitcoin blockchain, you can't compute anything you want. Bitcoin blockchain only compute transaction. And there's smart contracts. Bitcoin doesn't have a smart contract protocol. Smart contracts working like a separate computers. You give something to a smart contract, and it will calculate it to you. In Ethereum virtual machines, for example, Polygon, Binance using Ethereum virtual machine and virtual Ethereum virtual machine support solidity language. This language you can think as a C. It's very very likely C, but you can't access hardware. There is no pointers. There is no hardware acceleration. It's a little bit slow, but you won't compute a big things with blockchain, and you can't. And non-fungible tokens. Actually, non-fungible tokens, um, just a JSON file. You give it a description, image, and a few things, and you upload that IPFS or some centralized server like Amazon or Google server. And someone came to your smart contract and they can see this URL. And there is layer 2 solutions. In layer 2 solutions, it's a little bit different from layer 1 solution. When you try to compute something with blockchain, you need to do it by one by one. But in layer 2 solutions, miner take all of the data, all of your transaction. It will compute that off chain. It pack that and give it to blockchain as a one piece. And this is some data oriented way and have a better performance than layer one solutions. And what can you do with blockchain? You can do so many things with blockchain. For example, you can send real money to someone with no government. And you can store your data in blockchain, but this data will be public to everyone. If you need to make it private, you can't everybody see, and this is what blockchain is. At the same time, you can't do so many things with blockchain. What I mean is, if you want to full decentralized game, you can't. Why? Because if you move some from somewhere to somewhere, you need to store this in blockchain, and blockchain is very slow thing. For example, in Ethereum, some blocks takes more than 1 minute to write to blockchain. If you give this, you make a decentralized game, you need to store every data in blockchain, and this is very, very, very slow way. Actually, blockchain is a good technology, but at some places it's not a good technology for now because it's so young. There are a lot of things we can do to improve blockchains. At that moment, Ethereum only calculates like um, a few images, a few sounds, not so many things. But if you get people compute power, for example, your phone is always stay at 18% empty. But we can use that in a peer-to-peer protocol. What I mean, if 1 million people come together and they merge their phones and try to compute something like rendering or physical. Sorry, I couldn't talk. Um, some rendering things or some simulations, they can do flawlessly. But in centralized computers like Google Cloud Compute Engine, there are so many limits. Google give you a computer and this can do only this. If you merge a few people, they can do better than that. Uh, Actually, my presentation ends here. I can answer a few questions from you.
Yes, thank you for such an amazing lecture. I guess we have
Thanks.
few questions from the audience.
Okay.
So the first question is from Andrew regarding your company. What do you develop? Would you be so kind to tell a little bit more about that?
We develop so many things in Avox Games. Avox Games actually not a game company. We we try to make some blockchain technologies. We have a few plan about that. We are thinking making a new wallet, full decentralized wallet regarding metaverse. We do not collect any user data and like that. And we have a project now. I don't know how to say that, but this is this can be confidential. But if, for example, if you have a game and you want to make it a play to earn game, we can do that with our SDK. I can say that, and you will hear that very soon in few weeks. We almost finished it.
Sounds good. It sounds good. Thank you. And another question is, how do you
Okay.
see the future of blockchain, like in the nearest, like couple of months or in the nearest year?
Uh, I think blockchain going very slowly. Somebody need to come up and say no more JavaScript because JavaScript is a very slow language for Python. We need to do so many things for blockchain. For example, if you want to send a request to blockchain, you need to match the nonce with current transaction. Uh, you can't do that. You can't send 100 transactions in a time. You need to take them and pack them and give it to Solidity or smart contract, and it will calculate in 12 seconds. But if you give it a 201 request, it will explode because why? Because you have a gas limit, you have a gas price, you have a gas limit for every your transaction. We need to change that. We need to take out our borders from blockchain.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. And I guess it might be useful where audience could ask you directly the questions where connect
Yeah,
connect you. Yeah.
you can ask me anything, and I would like to discuss more blockchain with you. You can reach me anytime from my email.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you for your amazing lecture. I guess all other questions will be sent directly via mail to you. And I'm really thankful you for your time. And I guess we will be very happy to see you on our future events and Hyper Games conferences as well.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Have a good day.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you. Bye.